Nick Cannon Radio going all the way up. We got a superstar in the building. It's time for a Cannon's Conversation. Somebody, man, that I truly a fan of and just been making moves all over the globe. Truly one of the top in the game right now. And he back at it. We've been waiting, and he dropping a gang of music on us. Roddy Ricch, what's popping, my guy?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Chilling, chilling. So I mean, man, it's clearly you have one of, or probably I've say the best album, debut album that you dropped on us, and now you back in the, or you probably been in the lab the whole time, but now you back giving it to us again, man. Tell us about some of this new music that you're releasing.
I feel like it's just from a different place. A lot done changed in life, so I just feel like giving my fans just a transparent new set of life. You know what I mean? Like more
Yeah,
so where I'm at.
real talk. Now you talk about being in a different place in your life. Last time we chopped it up, it was definitely we saw the horizon and it looked real big, and then you went and accomplished so many things. I mean, from obviously from the Grammys all the way to the number one albums and all that. Being at a different place in your life, this side of success, man. Um, is it all it cracked up to be? I mean, you've accomplished so many dreams. Is it where you? Is it what you thought it would be?
I mean, it's cool. Like Future say, life good. You know what I mean? Like I can't complain. It's always a blessing to just, every day above is love. You feel me? So it's just always keeping that mentality, staying humble, and just, you know, just keeping that same mentality. I feel like life may change, but that don't mean you have to.
There it is. And also, I mean, things have definitely been on the up, but man, we've been through some trying times just as a people, as a community, as a world
Sure.
in general, and your music has kind of been like a safe haven for so many people diving into to your album, to the tapes, all of that stuff. Um because you come from such an authentic place, I mean, do you get a lot of people saying, "Man, your music got me through the pandemic," or "Your music kept me going," or "I lost a loved one," or these times where social injustice, you've been the soundtrack to so many. Like, is this something that you hear often, and what's probably something that's really touched you that a fan has probably chopped it up with you about?
Hmm. I feel like when it come to like my political views and stuff, like I'm still young, so a lot of things like my pops just led me to find out I'm like 40% like Nigerian or something, you know what I mean? So I'm just learning more about myself to
Yeah,
be able to educate my people better. I never want to be a person to try to educate somebody on something I don't really know a lot, but it's like I learned so much growing up just in seeing my own injustice and where we come from, you know what I mean? And just like my own personal experiences and run-ins with, maybe law or whatever it might be, and like even with people that's my color, you know what I'm saying? So like I just be careful to practice what I preach. And like if I'm always walking in, you know what I'm saying, like the Black Lives Matter movement and everything, like I just like to always like practice what I preach. So I may not be like one of the forefront always talking about it, but it's because I'm still learning just all the different, you know what I mean? Just all
nah,
the
real
different
talk.
dynamics of what's going on myself. So it's just like I don't want to misinform nobody or give nobody information that really, it may be a warped opinion. You know what I'm saying? What's going on or not. Sometimes I just be wanting the right things to be for us. You know what I mean?
Real real talk. And I feel like I like man, like I said, even during these times, man, your music has helped so many. So even not necessarily having to get out there and be preachy or none of that stuff, man. Like people, there's a power that artists have, man, that kind of can can just relieve a lot of that angst, relieve a lot of that tension within our communities, man. And
For
your
sure.
music has definitely done that. And coming from where you come from, man, your testimony, your story has helped so many, man. And it's funny. I think I saw you tweet something not too long ago. Where he's like, "Yo, don't try to calculate me because it'll never add up." I was like, okay, that's real right there because that's just how we all feel. Where did that line come from?
it just be like when I be on Twitter, sometimes it just be my thoughts. I know a lot of my, like it just be like sometimes I just be feeling certain ways. Like, maybe people try to, you know what I mean? They may look at me and like I don't show much or I don't do much or but it might be a lot going on or a lot, you know what I'm saying? It's more than what you see type shit. So it's just, just always knowing that and just reminding some people of that. Like it ain't always about music. It ain't always about this and that. Like when you try to just look at me like, oh, Roddy, just a rapper, like that's all you do, eat, sleep, breathe music. Like, yeah, I love music, but at the end of the day, it just be like a lot, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
it just be more so that like don't try to add it up. Just watch the movie type shit.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like you are probably one of those artists where people be trying to figure out and trying to understand because, like you said, you keep everything kind of close to the vest. And then, but to hear like you jump on Twitter and stuff. Do you engage and interact with the people on Twitter, or you just give them that like, look, I'm gonna let y'all talk, and I see what y'all saying, but I ain't gonna dive in and even lose my cool on none of that.
I mean, nah, well, like one conversation I had with Snoop, he really put me down with the game and was just more so like, be come in the game when you feel like it's necessary, when you feel like you need it. You know what I'm saying? If you just rapping for no reason, you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't really, you feel me? Like if I got something to say, then I wanna, you know what I'm saying, talk to my audience and give them something. Like if I don't got nothing to say, then I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just putting out music for what? I don't do this for no money. I don't do this for like God in the Bible, he says your talent will make room for you. You know what I'm saying? My mom always taught me that. So, if I got a talent, I feel like it's gonna make room for me. I don't have to overdo it. I don't have to, what I'm saying, overcomplicate things. Splash said if it's understood, it don't need to be complicated. You know what I mean?
There it is. So what's the record that you the most excited about? What's like, yo, you can't wait for your fans to dive in and really rock with?
I mean, the next one that's coming out is called Late at Night. So let's just see how they, you know what I mean? I just want to see how they like the visual. Me and X went in on it. I got the co-direct with them, and just set a whole vibe, tell a whole story through the music video. Couple special guests on there. So I just want to see how they gonna react to this, and then let it continue.
Now for this generation, you are like you bring up a great point. You kind of one of them dudes that take their visuals serious. Like you one of the goats when it comes to the music videos for this generation. Like y'all be spending a bag on a on a Roddy Ricch
No, for
video.
sure.
Like it's a movie for real, man. Like were you always like that cat that was like, yo, I want my videos to be crazy, and then when did it take that turn? Because I mean, every visual I've seen lately has been like next level.
Yeah. I mean, with the whole visual thing, I think in the beginning it was more just realistic. Like if you go back to Feed the Streets 1, Feed the Streets 2, I gotta change the battery on it. When you go Feed the Streets 1, 2, it was more like reality. Like I'm in real spots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the kitchen, it might be all type of dishes in it, and trash, or you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Cowbells at the door, shit like that. Like
Yeah.
real spots. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like fast forward to now, I had to jump into the mindset of, okay, we already done took them to the projects a million times. Like, I mean, I took them to the projects every season. I took them to the projects across the street from the projects in the other neighborhood right across the street from where we from. In the Kane Express video, Die Young was in the projects. Start With Me was in the projects. Like every even on Antisocial, I had songs that we, you know what I'm saying, that we did videos in the projects. So it's just like, now it's just more so about giving them art, you know what I'm saying? Like really, really stepping outside of that and trying to really create an art, something that'll last forever. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what we did doesn't last forever, but I just always want to take it to another level.
Yeah, nah, you definitely doing it. I mean, another level indeed. Now, I get to see the opportunities, man. You've been working with everybody, man. Like it's crazy,
Few,
and
few,
and
few.
I know you also real meticulous about how you vibe and how you get down. So like, who I see you got down with Wayne. You've been getting down with like obviously even your counterparts like the baby and stuff. Like, who have you been excited or the most excited to get into the studio and make some magic with?
Um, you gonna have niggas calling me after this. Um, I mean, one person in particular that I know that, you know, when we really get in tune, we really get in sync, it could be something crazy. Is you know, my big bro Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really got the
Wow.
full blown opportunity to really just lock in
Ooh.
for months or weeks at a time. So it's just like, I know when that happened, like, I'd be excited for that. But I mean,
Putting on for the West. We need that. We definitely
yeah,
need that.
I mean, you know, I feel like it's gonna work whenever the perfect time is. And if it never happened, like, it's just something that I always like. That's somebody I always feel like inspired me to do it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
nah,
just,
and
you
I,
know,
man,
something
you
I have
take
to
your
do.
craft so seriously. You're truly a real artist. Like, is it that thing where you just got to get into the space, or you got to get into the vibe of feeling a record, or like you said, having something to say? That's so much game right there. When you talk about, yo, I don't want to just put out records just to be putting out records, or putting out records to make money. I want to actually have something to say. How do you get into that zone and be like, all right, now it's time to say something?
Um, Honestly, I'm gonna tell you a story, right? The Grammy thing, right?
Yeah.
We was you know, I got nominated for six, I think six. And every time I'm seeing everybody, I go see my mom, my cousins, whatever, aunties, uncles, whatever, family. And they just like, man, you got nominated for six Grammys. So I'm telling everybody, like everybody I know, I'm like, man, you know, Jay-Z got nominated like 8 or 9 times, I think one time in New York, and lost
Yeah.
every one. And everybody was just like, what, like, why you saying that? You know what I mean? Like, what, like, why you got so much, you know what I mean? Like, why is it so negative?
Right.
And I don't know, I just had a feeling like, you know, like, I don't know, I was just like, man, like, I ain't really worried about it, but I think, like, you know, I don't know. So I end up going, and like, shit, I ain't win. You feel me? But I wasn't mad. I wasn't, because I ain't going to it expecting that. I'm already a winner. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I was like, damn. So just when you putting, like me, see, I don't do it for money. So it's like me rapping, I'm just not gonna rap for no reason. So it's just like, when I lost all that, I was just like, I put a lot of time, I put a lot of music, and I ain't, you know, damn. So I just sat back. I was talking to my niggas. I'm like, man, I don't think I wanna, you know, I'm gonna chill back. I'm gonna kick back on the music for a little while.
Wow.
That's what I was telling Bird. So I had seen Jay at the Grammys, and he didn't say what's up. He didn't say, you know what I'm saying? Like the first time I met him, he was like, "What's up, young man?" You know what I mean? So I just expected that. And the first thing he asked me was, when you dropping music?
Mm.
And at the time, it didn't really hit me. You know, it didn't really hit me. But later on, I just thought of the power of that. Like, you know, like I manifested, like, just talking about how, you know, they did him one year and it happened to me.
Right.
And the same guy that I was saying, you feel me, like this happened to, end up asking me like when I'm gonna put out more music.
Yeah.
So it just kind of led me to think for a while, like, damn, like I gotta keep doing this. Like, even though I done, you know, went number one 11 weeks, number one 7 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's stuff that we don't really see too often.
Facts.
So like after that, I kind of just like, I kind of wanted to back up, but he really gave me that inspiration to kind of like, you got to keep going. You got to just see it through. When you got something to talk about, say it, put it out, and keep it going. Like, so I just want to publicly appreciate Jay-Z for that. And, you know, like I said, it just, it helped me to keep going. So So, you know, it be real life that
Yeah.
keep me going with this. It don't really be like, oh, I'm gonna just do this feature for this or da 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 da. It'd be like if something really happened to me or something like it really, you know what I mean? Like that's what really keep me going in this shit. Cause honestly, you know, I won already, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm not like that, but
Coming
it's
from where
just
you come from, man, like you done took it to the stars and beyond, man. So
right,
like I feel that, and like that's true motivation right there. When you can have some of the best in the game, or even receive in them circles where those accolades are even offered to you, or where you can even be nominated. Cats don't really understand it.
right.
So when you go back to the hood and like you said, you talk to your family and stuff. What is other than other than everybody recognizing and realizing that you already won, what's the next step of motivation? What's the where you taking it to from this point on? You done had the number one, you done had the Grammys, all of that stuff. What's that next step for to put on for the fam?
I feel like I could quote Nip and say, find your purpose or you wasting air.
Mm.
And I feel like with that being said, it's like just always finding a purpose in everything. Don't ever do nothing for, nothing. Always
Yeah.
have a purpose in what you got going.
Man, that's real. That's real wisdom right there, and we always try to get that wisdom on the show, man. But it's definitely always great to catch up with you, man. You dropping them gems and dropping music. We got
I
new Roddy
appreciate you.
music, so the world is in a
Come on,
happy place, man. So
come
keep
on.
it coming, keep it going, and I salute you, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Love.